Welcome back everybody. Welcome back to another video. This is the series, the 2K Nets Rebuild series. And we're back for the third episode. Last video, we finished 12 and 21. This video, I was really hoping that we could find a team to maybe orchestrate some smaller trades, maybe get a little bit of future draft compensation, maybe a young player here or there, whatever the case may be. We're not going to go too wild with trades. There's definitely a few players that we can trade on the Nets this episode, so we are definitely going to go ahead and do that. First thing we're going to do, of course, is we're probably going to start wanting to go ahead and get some of our young players in. So they do already have Derek in. They do have Dayron playing because I think Nick Claxton is already hurt. Yep, so it's Nick Claxton, Trenton Wofford, and Cam Johnson who are hurt right now. And Nick Claxton is day-to-day, so he should be back pretty soon. Cam Johnson is 1 to 2 weeks, and Trenton Wofford is 4 to 6 weeks, so not too bad. What are we looking for right now? So I'm going to let Derek Whitehead start. I'm going to simulate a few more days. I'm going to look at some intel on some teams and see who we can trade to. But we definitely do want to go ahead and get our young players some minutes. And I do think I want to get Noah Clowney some minutes as well. I'm going to take these minutes away from... I'll take it away from Baisley for right now. I'm going to give it to Noah Clowney. At some point, I'm really hoping that I could go ahead and get Jalen Wilson involved, get him from the G League. Hopefully, I'll be able to sign him to the remainder of the season, not just the G League. That is a goal of mine, is trying to get Jalen Wilson some minutes in the NBA. So let's go ahead and simulate a few games. We're going to simulate... We're going to simulate through date here. And we lost by 1, so not terrible, but, still a loss. Mikal Bridges with 29. Dayron Sharp with a really good game. 0 for 3 from 3. 7 offensive rebounds, though, right next to it. Dayron Sharp had a really, really, really good game, which is making me want to try to play Dayron a little bit more. So there's a possibility that I do try to play Dayron a little bit more. Cam Thomas, 17, 1 and 1. We already know about his scoring. 16, 8 and 9 for Ben Simmons. And, Derek Whitehead still struggling a bit. Noah Clowney struggling a bit. But, that's going to be what happens with the growing pains. I think right now we're going to go ahead and simulate this one with Simcast. We'll watch the Hawks game, see if the Nets could do any pressure on them. So far, looks like it's going to be a decently close game. But this is basketball, and that can change in a heartbeat. And right now, it's, back and forth. A 4-point game. A 4-point game with 1 minute to go. We're going to continue simulating. We're not going to actually jump in. Oh, it looks like the Nets. All right, so they did lose it. Now, let's go ahead and look at some team intel. Who is buying? Who is buying? And, this is the first team I really thought of. The Denver Nuggets. They do not have Bruce Brown anymore. So, for them, I feel like Royce O'Neal would kind of complement that. And he should... First team I'm gonna look for is the Denver Nuggets. I want to see if there is somebody that we can do for the Denver Nuggets that can get Royce O'Neal on this team. I'm not gonna try to get Christian Braun. That doesn't make sense for their part to sell us Christian Braun. But if we can trade him for a Justin Holiday, maybe. Royce O'Neal for a Justin Holiday and a second-round pick. That's something that we could do. They can give us this second from the Clippers. And, another second, honestly. You give us both Clippers second, honestly. Oh, just noticed. I'm sorry, the GoPro is in the way. So, I just noticed that it is an invalid trade. It is, what is it? 1 million. They have to catch up on 1 million. Okay. We can make that work. Do you think that maybe they should give me Reggie Jackson? I'd have to get somebody a little bit more than Reggie Jackson. We can make it his 15th team. Ish Smith, baby. But now, who would we trade in this case, though? This is the problem. Dennis Smith Jr. hasn't really played a lot. Now, realistically, we know that Dennis Smith Jr. is not going to be traded. More, I mean, you know, who knows? He could get traded. But he's the only player because I can't trade Trent and Wofford. I'm not trading these two. So it looks like it's got to be Dennis Smith Jr. Is there a way I can maybe get? I don't know. Maybe just add this third second round pick. I'm just gonna go ahead and offer this trade, and let's see what they say. They want us to add a second round pick from Phoenix. Sure. So we get 3 second round picks. We give up a second round pick, but we do get those trades going. I think the other person I'm going to try to trade is DFS. So maybe let me do that trade first before I do anything else. Let me see if there is any team that would be looking for a DFS. I mean, we know this team could probably use a DFS. Now, this team could probably use a DFS. But they're not going to have, well, I mean, they're not going to have first. And am I really going to be looking for first for DFS right now? I don't know. But let me look at other teams in case I can get the most possible out of DFS. Why are you buying? You know, you could probably use a DFS as your 6. Or, well, Zach Collins is your... Why do you have so much bigs? I don't... okay. You know, maybe you can use a DFS. Maybe Cleveland can use a DFS, but another team that probably doesn't have any first. Another team that probably doesn't have any first either. Because I don't know. I'm looking around, and there's not much that makes sense. But the way I'm trying to get... Maybe Miami. Maybe Miami can give us something. It wouldn't make sense for the Knicks. Hey, maybe the Lakers. Maybe the Lakers. Maybe turning back to the Mavericks. Okay, I mean, we have a few teams that we could possibly do. You know, the first team I actually want to talk to is the Miami Heat. So let me just put a random player on there real quick. Actually, that might make sense. Duncan Robinson, you get Dorian Finney-Smith. You give us back a first round in 2027, an unprotected first round pick, and because we're also taking on Duncan Robinson's contract. You get back a Dorian Finney-Smith player. Like, this should make sense. Let's add the exception, and let's make the trade. They're not interested. They'll take Ish Smith. Give us Orlando Robinson, and they get a second-round pick. Deal. We get a future first-round pick. So, that was completely worth it for me. So, now, what we're looking at is... Who are we going to cut? We're going to cut Justin Holiday. We're going to go ahead and release him to free agency. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to sign. For some reason, I can't do it. We're going to call him from the G League. That will be first. And okay, that's what we have to do. All right, and then we're going to sign him for the minimum for the rest of the season. And now Jalen Wilson is on our team for the rest of the season. We do have Duncan Robinson. You know, he's not really going to be doing much right now. He's just going to be here. And these are the only 2 players that I was really thinking about trading. You know, maybe later on there could be other players that we can trade, like maybe a Baisley. Probably not because he's still young. Maybe a Lonnie Walker. He is still young too. But that's about it. That's about it. We don't really have much as trade assets that we're going to do, but we are going to fix the rotation now. Let me see what they want. They want Spencer Dinwiddie, Mikal Bridges, Lonnie Walker, Ben Simmons, Day'Ron Sharpe with Cam Thomas, Darius Baisley, Dariq Whitehead, Noah Clowney, and Jalen Wilson all actually getting minutes. I do like that. They all do get minutes. So we're going to go ahead and run it now and see what they can do against the Hornets. Never mind, because now Nick Claxton is back. So let's have the computer do that. And let's go back and see. So Day'Ron's going to be out. They still have Jalen Wilson, but they do not have Day'Ron. I'm going to let it be. Because I can't see who I would want because everybody in this on this bench is young. Everybody. Cam Thomas, 22? Yep, 22. Dariq Whitehead, 18. Darius Baisley, 23. Noah Clowney, 19. Jalen Wilson, 21. Yeah, Day'Ron Sharpe, 21 as well, but right now, I'm going to leave it as is. I'm going to let Jock Vaughn do his thing, and I'm going to simulate this with Simcast. 2 younger teams, 2 rebuilding teams going at it. 2, bad record teams. Let's see who got it. Right now it's back and forth. Oh, looks like the Nets won by 2. What a good game. LaMelo Ball did his thing, of course. You know, Mikal Bridges did his thing. 22 off of 14 shots. I do like that. 17 and 7 for Spencer Dinwiddie, but off of 1 of 11 3-point shooting. That's a little scary. Nick Claxton with a 15-22 game. Love to see it. You love to see it. 10, 8, and 6 for Ben Simmons. 9, 4, and 2 steals for Dariq Whitehead off of 5 shots. Really, really good. Darius Bazley with 9 points. Noah Clowney with 7 off of 3 shots. Really, really good. Jalen Wilson, though, 0 for 4, 0 for 1, so 0 points, but 4 rebounds. So Jalen Wilson struggling a bit. You know, not just a bit. Jalen Wilson really struggling right now. So let's go ahead and simulate through date through right here. Let's simulate these next 5 games. Oh man. Oh, man. On a 4-game winning streak right now. Dominated the Spurs. Damn near dominated the Bulls. Beat the Pelicans. On a 5-game winning or 4-game winning streak right now. Ever since really starting this youth movement, now it could be because Cam Johnson is coming back too. And let's see what their lineup is. We're looking at Spencer Dinwiddie, Mikal Bridges, Dariq Whitehead, Ben Simmons, Nick Claxton, Cam Thomas, Lonnie Walker, Noah Clowney, Darius Bazley, and still Jalen Wilson. So no, Cam Johnson actually isn't back yet. He is, you know, he is day to day. He's going to come back pretty soon. But, you know, pretty good. Jalen Wilson's numbers are starting to rise. It's not just, you know, shooting 10%. He's now shooting 31%. So his numbers are starting to rise. So let's look at some of the games that maybe Jalen Wilson could have, you know, shown something. Here, you know, 2 points, 1 for 2 shooting. Okay, that's something. How about here? 4 points off of 2 for 5 shooting. Okay. This is a domination, so maybe he played a lot here. No, not really played a lot. But 2 for 2, 1 for 1, 5 points. You know, okay. You know, he's showing. He's showing stuff. That's all that matters to me is that he's going to show stuff. Let's see if we can get a 5-game winning streak against Miami. Or will Dorian Finney-Smith, you know, come in and do his thing? Let's find out. Now, do I really think it was DFS that dominated us? No. I don't think it's DFS that came in and dominated us, but they certainly did, actually. Are you telling me that DFS is not in their starting rotation, or did he get hurt already? Dang, he got hurt. Let's go ahead and simulate through date here. Go ahead and against Boston. We beat Boston. That's a really good team that we beat right there. No, they keep asking for Mikal Bridges. You know, the winning is starting to happen. We're 19 and 24 right now. We traded Royce O'Neal. We traded Dorian Finney-Smith. And now we're starting to win. Dariq Whitehead has been in the starting lineup, even though I believe Cam Johnson is back. Actually, I realized Dariq Whitehead's a 78 overall. Like, Dariq Whitehead's actually getting better. Noah Clowney. Hold on a second. 522, 526. Hold on a second. We might be cooking with fire here. We might be cooking with grease. We might be cooking with fire. We might be cooking with a whole bunch of different things. Mikal Bridges with a smooth 23 points. Ben Simmons with a 9.5, 8, 6. Which his assists were up a little bit more. But, you know, I'm not going to be too mad about, you know, this production as of right now. Maybe a little bit later he can get better. You know, we're cooking with stuff right now. This is some really good numbers by Cam Thomas. How about Darius Bazley? 574, 441. Really good splits. Like, really good splits right now. Man, this team is finally showing me something. We put in the youth movement, and they're showing me something. You know we got to simulate with Simcast against Kevin Durant. Let's find out what happens. Will Kevin Durant put us out of our misery, or is Kevin Durant out with injury? That could also be the case. But hey, it's still a close game. Still a 6-point game with 2 minutes to go. Nets tied it up, and the Phoenix took the lead again. So it's a 2-point game. It's a tie game with under a minute to go. Let's see, is anybody going to do it before overtime clicks? Nope. Looks like we're going to overtime. And, alright, well, Phoenix left. That's okay. That is A-okay. Yep, it was Kevin Durant too. Ain't that funny? 10 for 16, 4 for 4. Bradley Beal with a good game. I mean, Bradley Beal and Devin Booker, still had good games, but very not as efficient as they usually can be. So, what did the Nets do? Mikal, he tried his hardest. He was like, we're going against my old team. I really want to put on a show back in Phoenix, but they couldn't quite do it. Nick Claxton, he wasn't showing his all. Cam Johnson wasn't showing his all either, but Dariq Whitehead, 6 for 13, not amazing because 1 for 5. Noah Clowney with 2, 5, and 3, and it looks like Jalen Wilson did fall out the rotation, and that's okay. That's okay too. At a certain point, like later on down the road, like last 20 games maybe, that's probably when we'll start giving all our youth movement, like take out all the players that we don't think is going to really grow too much, and really put all our youth movement in. So now we're going to go ahead and simulate till right here. We lost another one. That is A-okay again. Now we lost 3 in a row. Going against Philly. Beat Detroit. Beat the Knicks. I'm getting tired of these Mikal Bridges trades. I'm not even going to lie to you. Lost to the Lakers. And lost to the Celtics. Okay. So we're up and down, but 22 and 29 right now is our record. Not up, not down. We're just going to go ahead and simulate to the All-Star break right here. So let's go ahead. I'm not going to take that. Go ahead and simulate with Simcast against the Washington Wizards. I remember earlier in the season, the Washington Wizards destroyed us, even though they're a rebuilding team, and now we go ahead and destroy them. Ben Simmons with a really good Ben Simmons game. Mikal Bridges with 24 and 1. Dariq Whitehead with a 20-point game. 6 for 7 from 3. That's what I'm talking about, my boy. That is what I'm talking about. Man, Dariq Whitehead really could be our star down the line. Like, I feel like if Dariq Whitehead stays injury-free, I feel like Dariq Whitehead could be the player later on down. Like, he could be a star. Like, he could really be a star. And I might try, I'm not going to lie, I might try to make him a star. Alright, but let's go ahead and simulate through this date right here to the actual All-Star break. I doubt any of our players, including Mikal Bridges, is going to be an All-Star, but you never know. I'm not gonna accept that trade. We're gonna move on from that trade. Lonnie Walker's day-to-day, that's fine. D'Angelo Russell for Spencer Dinwiddie. No, I'm gonna go ahead and decline that. Lonnie Walker is healed. That is good. Trade deadline. Am I going to make some offers? Let's stop simulating. It doesn't hurt to look. So, Lonnie Walker, 7 points. I feel like Lonnie Walker, though, could be somebody that is good for maybe a contending team. I feel like Lonnie Walker, he's not going to get amazingly better, but he has, he can play now, and he can definitely help a contending team. Trendon Watford has been trending down, so I don't like that. I'm not going to think about... more so what I'll do with Trendon Watford is maybe not play him later on. Give Jalen Wilson, Daron Sharp the minutes. Make sure the Robinsons do not touch the floor. Brooks is still going to be in the G League for a little bit. I don't know. I'm not trading Cam Johnson. I'm not trading Mikal Bridges. I'm not trading Spencer Dinwiddie. Although, last year of Spencer Dinwiddie, because there's no other point guard. We literally don't have any other point guard. I guess Ben Simmons. We can turn Ben Simmons back into a full-time point guard. But is that what I want to do? Let's look at offers. We're just going to trade finder him. We're not going to really do anything else other than trade finder Spencer Dinwiddie. But let's see what they offer us. Is there any first-round picks with another point guard? That could be a possibility. And if it looks like a team that makes sense as well. Like the Kings. Why would the Kings make sense? Spencer Dinwiddie could be the 6th man. That first, if the Kings keep going to the trajectory that they're going, that first-round pick probably won't be the best first-round pick, but it's still a first-round pick in the case for me. I do get DeLon Wright. which I could make Ben Simmons the starting point guard and DeLon Wright could be the backup point guard. Which gives more minutes to our, younger wings like Noah Clowney. We don't have our first this year, so it doesn't necessarily make sense to trade, but he is expiring, and will we bring back Spencer Dinwiddie? I don't know. There is a possibility. Of course, he's probably not going to ask for $20 million. Probably won't be that much. We do get 2 years of DeLon Wright. I sold myself. I'm going to do this trade because we're probably not going to bring back Spencer Dinwiddie. Or we could have, but, we probably could and can still anyway if we really wanted to. It more so feels like we will be more punting on the season, which we're 24-30, so... But that's fine. That's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and agree to that trade. And like I said, let's go ahead and do this with Ben Simmons. Boom. Go to Ben Simmons. And let's put him to a point guard. How does he drop that much? But everything else. Alright, fine. We're going to put him to a small forward. We're going to actually put Cam Johnson to a power forward. Is that really what I want to do? Mikal Bridges can stay the shooting guard. I would prefer Ben Simmons starting. No, I'm not going to put him to... Because it's like I would rather Dariq Whitehead. Alright, let's confirm the changes. Let's just mess with the rotations ourselves. Ben Simmons is going to start here. Not just do 23 minutes, though. Yeah, you can get upwards. You can get about 34 minutes. DeLon Wright is going to... Dariq Whitehead is going to replace DeLon Wright. We're definitely going to have Cam Johnson be the 6th man, with Cam Thomas being the 7th man. What else? What else do we want to do in this case? I would like to give Dariq a little bit more minutes, and I will lower everybody's minutes to here to 33, give Dariq around 26. After that, we'll lower Cam Johnson to about 25, and we'll lower Cam Thomas to about 20. We'll give DeLon Wright some more minutes, like 16 minutes. Sounds good to me. We give Noah Clowney a little bit more minutes. Lonnie Walker and... No, I'm going to take it away from Lonnie Walker, and I'm going to go ahead and give it to Jalen Wilson. Yeah. So that's what we'll do. Have all the youngins start. Or not start, but at least play. And now we're going to go ahead and simulate through date right here to the All-Star break. We'll look at the box scores and see if any of the youngins have been killing it for us. Let's leave rotation as is. Okay. We even dominated Miami. Was DFS back for that one? Yes, he was. Nick Claxton with the 22-10 game. Love it. Mikal Bridges 19-3-3. Like it. Dariq Whitehead with 16-9-2. Love it. Cam Thomas with 14 points off of 9 shots. Love it. Cam Johnson with 13 off of 12. Don't love it. Ben Simmons with 10-6-7 game off of 10 shots. Don't love it. Well, hey. What could you do? We even traded Spencer Dinwiddie, and we're 27-31. Like, we're literally 3-1 since that time. So, gotta love it. Youth movement is here, and I absolutely love it. But anyway, y'all, that's going to be it for me. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Next episode, I'm really hoping to just finish the season out. And if we're in the play-in, then, we'll do whatever we can in the play-in. But then we're going to go to the off-season. We've gained a lot more picks, and we still have even more picks that we have to pick up from the Phoenix Suns. And we have one more to pick up from the Mavericks. We have to pick up one from the Mavericks. So, I love where we're heading right now. Next episode is going to be a really, really, really fun episode. So come join me back in the next episode. It'll probably be out maybe 3 days after this episode is out. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.